Hello, today I'm going to be talking about how to be happy when life isn't perfect. Um, it's weird because I want to say life will never be perfect, but at the same time, I feel like life is always perfect. Now, is it always a perfect scenario? Best case scenario? Is that always happening? No. But any situation that you're in, there's something to learn. It's the perfect situation to learn from, the perfect one. And if you think about it, from my perspective, the only reason why we're here on this planet is to learn. It's to grow. It is to experience life. And what life is, it's a beautiful mess. It's ups, it's downs, it's in betweens, it's round and rounds. So, in the midst of the climb, I guess, or in the midst of achieving your goals, it's just like, how can I be happy without them? How can I be happy without $50,000 in my bank account? Or how can I be happy without driving my dream car? My answer is self love. That seems so cliche. Oh, I do love myself. I go to the gym. I do this. I do that. It's not even a thing of what you do. It's just a being who you are. I feel like we all have a light in us. And I feel like when you are doing things that makes your light glow even brighter, then you are achieving internal happiness. And so, if it is a career that you're chasing, don't chase it to make you look good to other people. Chase it because whatever it is that you're doing is glowing that light in you. So, if you're someone who is wanting to, or let's say you have a passion for art, but you work as an engineer and you're working your way up in the company and doing all these things. You do it because your mind is good at it, but you're passionate about your art. Your art is what glows, makes your light glow when you're handing someone something that you created, whether it be a picture of like a graduation, or you're doing a wedding, or maybe just something that was on your heart, and seeing it hang up in a gallery or in someone's home, or allowing it to be a gift. If that's what it is that makes you happy, just make sure in this amount of time that you're here, which we don't know when it's going to end, that you put in as much time as you can to doing things that make you glow. um for me, one of the things that does it for me every time is being outside. I'm gonna have to be outside. And if I'm not going outside, check on me. Something is wrong with me. I'm not happy. If it's been a long time since I just went outside and went for a walk, went for a run, laid down, looked at the sky, something is not right. And one of the things that I've learned in, going through seasons of depression or grief or anxiety, hard times, I realized that when I was a kid, the things that made me the happiest was being outside. It was talking to my friends. It was creating conversations. It was reading books, learning new things. And so, whether I am living in a 5-bedroom home with the love of my life, or I'm living in an apartment with 3 random roommates, as long as I'm doing those things, I'm going to be happy. One thing that makes me feel good about myself is taking care of myself, eating the right foods. So, whether I'm living in the Hamptons or whether I'm living in the projects, if I'm eating good foods and taking care of myself, I am happy. So, the key to happiness is not necessarily about achieving things or status or money. It's about doing what you love. And if what you love is talking to people, talk to people, volunteer. If what you love is taking pictures, take pictures. If you don't have a camera, use your phone. Like, find ways to do what you love. And whenever you follow your passion, that's when the miracles happen. The opportunities that you didn't even think were possible just start to come. And your mind is just blown and like, wow, when you pour into the things that you love, which should be yourself. And a way to love yourself is to give yourself the things that you love. Miracles happen on an energetic level, because I do think we're starting to miss the mark as a society. A lot of times, the only reason why you want a Mercedes is not even because you want a Mercedes. It's because you want other people to look at you and think about you in a certain way. So your happiness is not even real happiness. It's based off what other people being happy for you, when in reality a Honda Civic would do just as good and last twice as long. So think about what you're doing in your life. Who is it for? Now, don't get me wrong. Like everything, you know, we can't all just start out with the dream jobs and stuff. Sometimes we have to, use things as stepping stones. So if right now you're working at Amazon, or you're working at Publix or Wegmans, or I don't know, you're doing something that you don't really want to do, use it as a stepping stone, because ultimately a job, which will probably be replaced by AI in a few years anyway, the job is not the goal. The goal is the passion. So use this job as a means to help pour into your passions. So if you're working at Amazon but you want to be an artist, take some of that money, put it away to start buying art supplies, to start buying stuff for your, like the software for your website. I'll use myself. I'm not passionate about my job, but I'm using it as a stepping stone so that way I can save, so I can travel, because I love seeing the world. I love meeting people. And so if you don't have your dream job right now, don't beat yourself up. A lot of us don't. But believe that you can do what it is that you want to do at some point in your life, and just see it as a stepping stone, and create and use it as a stepping stone. Save what you need to save, meet who you need to meet, but don't think that that's the goal. The goal is not to climb up in the corporate ladder if you don't want to do that. The goal is to do what it is that you want to do, because our time here is limited. My mom died at 42 years old. At 42. So if I die at 42, I'm already halfway through my life. Her mom died at 52. I'm 26. I could be halfway right now. And so when I look back, I could die tomorrow. When I look back, I don't want to look at how much I helped Walmart build their company. I want to look back and like all the things that I poured into, all the people that I poured into, the connections that I made. I want to look back and smile at all the trees and all the flowers and all the birds that I got to lay eyes on, all the sunsets, all the things that make my light glow. And when you're doing things that makes your light glow, on the inside, other people can feel it, and you're going to attract other people with those same lights. And also, to that same point, if your light is dim, if it's blocked, if it's guarded, then you're going to attract people whose lights, in your situations, whose lights are also dim and also guarded. And so sometimes you have to take a mirror and look inside and see what's going on in me, because I'll use myself as an example. I had a lot going on in my life. I've been, just traumatized, okay? As far as like abrupt endings with things that were really important to me, maybe feeling betrayed, maybe feeling abandoned, all these things, okay? And instead of looking at it like, oh, I'm a victim, I was like, hold up. What is this? This is happening because it is reflecting something that is in me. And so you know what it showed me? It showed me all the ways that I neglected myself. It showed me all the ways that I abandoned the goals and the missions that I have for myself. It showed me all the ways that I don't even trust myself. And so sometimes if you're in a job, let's say, and you have a boss who is treating you wrong, but you've been there for 3 years and X, Y, and Z, it's just like, well, the issue isn't necessarily him, the person, treating you wrong. Like, the issue is you accepting it. And I truly believe you're only going to accept the level of disrespect from someone else that you give to yourself. So look at the ways that you disrespect yourself. Some people don't want to hear the truth. I can be one of them at some time. I don't mind hearing the truth. Sometimes I don't want to feel the truth, because it can feel bad. Like, it feels like, to know that I really let myself down time and time again. It feels not uncomfortable to, like, it's easy to put things on other people, but when you put it on but when it's on yourself and you have to carry it yourself, it can be hard. But it also can be healing. And so use your external circumstances as lessons to help you heal and to help you grow. And once you do that, that light inside of you, I'm telling you, it's just going to get brighter and brighter. You're going to be walking around like the sun one day if you're willing to uncover the layers or the smoke or whatever it is that's dimming it. And so just look at your life. Think about all the things that you love to do as a kid. Are you doing them now? Or is there something that you learned maybe in college that you really just fell in love with? Or when was the last time you did it? When was the last time you picked up a skateboard? When was the last time you picked up a guitar? When was the last time you picked up a pencil? When was the last time you rode a bike? Make it happen, because life is short. Everything is temporary. All the bad times are temporary. All the good times are temporary. Every thought is temporary. Like, so seize the moment and take advantage of the moments when you have an opportunity to make yourself happy. Don't take it personal. Um, but yeah, this happiness thing, this perfection thing, it's a lie. It's a lie. Like, you don't have to be perfectly X, Y, and Z to be happy. Like, you can be happy right now. You can bust out laughing right now. Think about it. You have all the things. You have the house, the man, the or woman, the car, the money, this and that, but you can never laugh ever again. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? Exactly. So laugh when you can laugh, dance when you can dance, do what it is that makes you feel like, teach whatever whenever you can teach. If teaching makes you happy, pouring into people, helping people, volunteer, but it doesn't have to be perfect for you to be happy. If you are someone who is in a lot of debt, student loans, credit card, X, Y, and Z, you don't have to be rich to be happy. Now, will you feel relieved? Yes. And I'm not encouraging people to just stay in debt, but use this as a lesson to know where you don't want to be anymore. You don't want to be here anymore. And guess what? You know what's going to make you happy? That number going down and down and down and down and down. So give yourself a chance to feel those hits of, ooh, I'm paying this down. That feels good. And you're buying your freedom for the future so that way you can do the things that you love. I seen this thing, it was like paying your debt is like basically buying your future back. And so buy your future back so that way you can start traveling and start doing the things that you want to do. Don't beat yourself up for what you did last year. Last year is not happening. Only right now is happening. So, how can you be happy right now and do something that you love? Call someone that you love. Watch a movie that you love. Move your body. Do a little sketch at the bottom of your receipt. If you used to like drawing as a kid, find those small moments and build on them. You don't have to go buy a whole art studio. You don't have to go buy a whole music studio. You don't have to go buy a $500 bike. You don't have to go buy, $300 sneakers if you used to like running. Just start small. And every day find small moments to incorporate it and build on it. That's what I learned. My mom passed away 3 years ago almost. She took the sun with her, okay? I wouldn't say she took the sun with her, but it felt like the sun had just been snatched out of the sky. And it's weird because we didn't even have like a super close, like, the typical TV mother-daughter relationship. But I had never lost something like that before. And so I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the way that my life was without her in it. I wasn't happy with the responsibilities it came with. I wasn't happy with the reminders it came with. Like every time something happens and I can't call her, I wasn't happy with that. And so I had to decide, like, just because she died and her life ended, it doesn't mean your life has to end too. Which a part of me, there was a point in time where I was like, I think it does. I'm like, okay, like I don't really know how I'm supposed to move forward without having this presence in my life. Like I don't even know what that life looks like. But you know what I did? I did the things. I went back to the basics. I just started running. I was like, if I don't do nothing else today, I'm going to run, because I knew that running was something that made me happy. And seeing my time and my fitness get better, that made me happy. You know what I did? I finished my degree. I was in the middle of school when this happened, okay? And I knew that completing this degree was going to make me feel accomplished. I knew that, I also talk about, when, I don't know if I said that in this video, but when you start pouring into the things that you like to do, opportunities start to happen that you can't even imagine. I'm helping out a friend. I'm volunteer coaching. That turns into a paid position and something to put on my resume. Division 1 track and field coach at 23 years old. Like, I couldn't have asked for that, prayed for that, but I did have a passion for the sport. I do like helping people. I do like teaching people the things that I do. So I just did it for free. I just did it to help someone out. And it worked out. So go volunteer at, some museum or wherever it is that you like to do. Just find small ways to do it because you never know where it can take you. And back to my point, in the depression that I was in, having that outlet where I could pour into people, where I could show up for people, where I could teach people, where I could be around the sport that I love, it brought me back to life. And so guess what? I was able to laugh. I was able to dance. I was able to find, happiness in a time where it just felt like how, you know? How? It's like, Ruby, I'm tired. I'm tired of like life being hard. I'm tired. But sometimes people don't even want to be happy. They just want to complain. And that's okay too. You're going to have your moments where you have your tantrums or you throw your fits. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of these loops. I'm tired of my mom. I'm tired of my dad. I'm tired of these things. You can be tired, but you just got to decide, like, where do you want your life to go? Do you want to stay here or do you want to get out? And if you want to get out, then it's time to follow your light. I feel like God puts a light inside of all of us, and everybody's light is, is different. We all have different paths, we all have different things, and some of our difference are the same as someone else, and it brings people together. And so I say that you can be happy when life isn't perfect, when you choose to do things that make you happy. I really don't think you can go wrong when you choose love. Choose the things that you love to do and love yourself enough to make time for the things that you love to do. Love who you are. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the prettiest person in the room. You don't got to be the skinniest person in the room. You don't got to be the most athletic person in the room. You don't got to be the richest person in the room to be worthy of love. You don't got to be worthy of love. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. Guess what? You can get depressed. You can be your ugliest self and still be worthy of love. Like, I have friends who were there for me when I didn't want to get out of bed. I'm going to work. I'm not doing my hair. And people still answer the phone when I call. And it's like, but I'm not living up to these dreams. I'm not getting my PhD. I'm not doing all the things that I said I was going to do, this thing that I was selling, and you still care enough to answer the phone. You still care enough to show up. You still care enough to be there for me. And that's why family, if you're blessed with a good, because not everybody's blessed with a good family, and I know what that's like. But if you do have some family members, a sister or someone who's like, we don't care about what you do, we just love you for who you are, or you have friends or teachers, high school teachers, track coaches, basketball coaches, you have someone who sees you and loves you no matter what you're doing, how good, how bad. If anything, if you can't see it in yourself, see it in the person who's showing up for you when things don't feel good. See it in the person who is, looking out for you or doing that one small kind gesture that they didn't have to do. See the God in them loving you through them, through that experience, or whoever just bought your coffee in front of you in Chick-fil-A. Like, there are signs that you are loved everywhere. You just have to have the eyes to look for them. And so you can be happy when you have love. You can't be happy with no love. You can. So how can you love yourself? I'm not talking about, I'm going to a spa day. I mean, yeah, you can go take yourself to, if that's something that you love to do, relaxing and spending time with yourself. But just being okay with every part of you. Even if you're someone who has anxiety, even if you're someone who has depression or ADHD or some diagnosis, medical condition, anything, you love that part of you too. That's what makes you you. So why not love it? I had to learn that for myself. I used to feel like, well, I had a bad childhood. I'll say rough. I won't say bad. I had a rough childhood. I have anxiety. I have all these things, or I battle with or deal with extreme anxiety sometimes. Sometimes and so I would feel like those are reasons why I couldn't love myself. I felt like I had to conquer all those battles, and once I get through all my childhood trauma, and once I overcome this, and once I become more confident in this, then I'm thinking that the love is going to arrive. No, I gotta love me right now with all of it, and love myself enough to work through it. Yeah, been through some traumatic things, okay? Some stuff people will never know. And some stuff people do know. And I love myself enough to tell someone and be okay with whatever response it is that they have to what I had to share. It's like, okay, I'm going to tell you this. This is something that I'm going through. This is something that I'm thinking. This is a part of me that, I am not the most proud of, but I'm going to share it. And your response to what I say is not going to change how I feel about myself. Maybe it helped you. It definitely helped me to get it off my chest. But sometimes I feel like we hold stuff in because we think people are going to look at us different. And if they can't love us, then I can't love me. If I say this to my friend and she finds out this and she won't look at me the same, then I can't look at me the same. No, that's not love. The real people, the real love is going to be there no matter what. And real love is also going to hold you accountable. They might hear you and say, hey, I heard you did that. Thank you for sharing. But what can we talk about, or what are some tools that we can put in place so that we don't do that again? Yeah. The real people who love you, they're going to be there to support you, and they're also going to have your best interests at heart. And so they're not going to be afraid to speak up sometimes. But they will also love you enough to let you learn on your own. And if you're someone who's just hard-headed. But they ain't going nowhere. You'll see. It's just like, oh, yeah, you told me to leave him alone. Oh, yeah, you told me to stop eating all that candy before I went to bed and not flossing. Now I got to get my tooth extracted. Or now I'm going through a heartbreak. Now this, like, and so, but guess what? Forget all those people that I just named. You know who's going to have to be there with you? You. So that's why you got to love you. Because at the end of the day, you can only go in the casket by yourself. Your mom can't go in there with you. Your sister can't go in there. Your money can't go with you. Your house can't go with you. None of that can go with you. Only you going to go with you. So are you going to look back and be proud of who you were? What you poured your energy into? I seen this thing and it was saying that most people, when they pass away, one of their biggest regrets is how restrictive they were with their love. So love yourself more. Love other people more. Like, love is the answer. It's the greatest gift. It's the greatest thing that we have. Like, love, God is love. God is love. And so without love, without God, we're nothing. We're not even alive. Do you know how loving life is? Like, life loves you enough to pump your heart non-stop, sleeping, waking. Your cells love you enough to keep, despite how you eat and stuff, they're going to try their best to show up for you every day. You know how loving that is? So if you don't see it nowhere else, see the love in your body. Your body is not going to do you wrong. It's going to try. It loves you enough to try day in and day out. Sick and all. It's going to send those T cells. It's going to do this and it's going to do that. Like, it's going to love you. It's going to be there. And so love it back. Love yourself back. Love the sun who comes to see you every morning. The sun comes to see you every morning. If don't nobody call you today, the sun came to see you. The moon is always going to come around. It's going to do its cycle and its phases, but it's going to come back for you. So there's that. That's all I have. You don't got to be perfect to be happy. You don't have to be perfect to be lovable. You can mess up at times. You can mess up. You can mess up. That's okay. Then we just do better. You just mess up and you learn and you do better. Still lovable. Nobody's perfect. AI isn't even perfect. Computers are mess up. Everything messes up sometimes. Except for, I won't say, I think like nature and the sun and stuff, they don't mess up. They're just a perfect mess. I mean, we have storms and all that, but they pass. And we just get back together again. We get back on track. The storm comes, everything get flooded, but then the sun come, evaporated. We just get back on track. So you don't have to be perfect to be happy. You don't have to be perfect to be lovable. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be skinny. You don't have to be this. You don't have to be that. You just got to do what you love. And you got to take care of yourself. And you can't expect other people to do it for you. You can't put your happiness in other people's hands. You can't allow one relationship, whether it be the relationship with your mom, the relationship with your sister, the relationship with your brother, your best friend, to be your sole everything. Because if that falls down, if they pass away like my mom did, or if they just move away and get a new job, or something happens to them, all you're going to be left with is you. And so you got to make sure that you love you and you support you, so that way you're always good, because you are always everywhere that you are. That's all. I'm done rambling. I'm done rambling. If this helped you, share it, save it, like, subscribe. Um, and yeah, it's okay. Give yourself grace. Get up and do better. But that's all. So please like and subscribe. Be kind, loving, and caring to yourself and others.